another edition of Boxing for Real. I'm your host, Don Omega. Just coming on here real quick to do some quick fight predictions. I'm going to try to get these up really quickly. Okay, let's just get right into them. Okay, first, Jermaine Taylor versus Kelly Pavlik. I've had lots of time to reflect on this now, and overall, I'm changing my pick to Kelly Pavlik. I think he's going to stop Jermaine Taylor. That'll shock a lot of you that I've changed my pick to that. I like Taylor okay, but Pavlik's got a good work rate. He showed good boxing intelligence, boxing strategy in the Miranda fight. I think Miranda could probably overall take a punch. Maybe, well, I don't know. That's up for debate on if he could take a punch better than Taylor or not, but I don't think Taylor likes getting hit. Of course, no one likes getting hit, but anyhow, I don't think he's going to like it whenever Pavlik starts hitting him, and I think Pavlik's going to stop him. I'm picking Pavlik TKO 9. Okay, also, Chad Dawson versus Mendoza over on Showtime. I'm going to pick Dawson by a late knockout, maybe decision. I will not be surprised if Mendoza knocks Dawson down in the fight. Dawson's been knocked down by less hard punchers than Mendoza, so hopefully Dawson's aware of that though, and boxes smart, doesn't keep his guard down too much, or at least moves away from Mendoza's punches and counters effectively. Overall, I think Dawson, this will be a good Dawson coming out party, another spectacular win for Chad Dawson, hopefully to set up a Tarver fight. Okay, Pacquiao versus Barrera 2. Picking Manny Pacquiao, as you already know. Picking Pacquiao, I think Barrera will try to box Pacquiao early on, and he might even have some success at it. Really, I think I can see Pacquiao jumping on him right away, and Barrera trying to maintain his composure. Barrera getting rocked some, but maintaining his composure and trying to box. But then, by the mid-rounds, I think Barrera is going to throw that out, throw his boxing out, and I think he's going to go after Pacquiao, because Manny Pacquiao is going to be on him all night, and Pacquiao's faster, especially at this point in Barrera's career, and I think Pacquiao just put the pressure on him, and I think he'll get him out by the 8th round TKO. And Bajado versus Forbes. This is a difficult fight for me to pick. Bajado's been off for a while. He's only had a couple fights since returning. Steve Forbes, good fighter, arguably had a win against Demetrius Hopkins in their last fight. And overall, I've thought back and forth on this. I've been back and forth on this fight. Overall, I'm picking Forbes to win by unanimous decision. I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong on that. But I think the smarter boxer in this case is going to win. I think Forbes, with his experience and boxing ability, will overcome Bajado. If Bajado had a couple more tune-ups, I'd be more comfortable with him taking this fight, or at least a step before Steve Forbes. Forbes is a good fighter, and he's got a style that is not good for Bajado anyhow. And hopefully I'm wrong. Again, I really hope I'm picking wrong on that one. I will be glad to pick that one wrong. Okay, Samuel Peter versus Jameel McCline now. That's been signed. Fine, whatever. Peter is going to knock McCline out by no later than round 3, I do believe. McCline's a big guy, but he showed he was scared against Klitschko. Vladimir Klitschko flinching and everything. Every single time he'd get near Vladimir, he'd turn his head away and blink and flinch. It was like Klitschko was a moil. But anyhow, McCline's getting knocked out in 3 rounds or less by Samuel Peter. I'm picking the 3rd round, but I'll give him the benefit of that doubt, I suppose. But anyhow, then we've got Evander Holyfield versus Sultan Ibragimov. I'm picking Holyfield by unanimous decision. Ibragimov has really never impressed me much. I saw a fight, the first fight I saw of him was the fight before the Ray Austin fight. I don't even remember who that opponent was. He looked somewhat impressive then. He looked strong in that fight, whoever it was he fought. But then the Ray Austin fight, he was not impressive in that. Almost lost to Ray Austin, was not able to beat Ray Austin. And then Ray Austin goes and gets knocked out, what, in 1 or 2 by Vladimir Klitschko? No, it doesn't impress me. And then Ibragimov fights Shannon Briggs in a very uneventful fight, so not very impressed with this guy, and I think Holyfield is going to dig down once again and overcome his age and beat Sultan Ibragimov in Russia. Then Juan Diaz versus Julio Diaz fighting each other. I think Juan will absolutely embarrass Julio Diaz. It'll be a very one-sided fight. I could see a late round stoppage, possibly just from Juan's great work rate that Julio is not going to be able to take. But Julio might still... Juan does not hit very hard. Julio Diaz has been knocked out in a round, but Juan still isn't a huge power puncher, so I wouldn't be surprised if a late round stoppage occurs for Juan Diaz, but I think Julio will make it the distance, and it'll be a one-sided, unanimous decision win for Juan Diaz. Okay, then another fight. Lucian Bute is fighting Alejandro Berrio for one of the 168-pound titles. Don't remember which one, IBF or something. Doesn't matter. I think Bute is going to knock Berrio out within 6-7 rounds. Picking Bute by knockout in round 7 over Alejandro Berrio. I don't think it'll go the distance. And finally, Alexander Povetkin versus Chris Byrd. Chris Byrd at a bad stage in his career, and I think that's going to be... I think he's no longer able to compete with a lot of the bigger heavyweights, and I think Povetkin's going to stop him in around the 9th round, and I think this might possibly be one of the last fights we see Chris Byrd in. Byrd looked good. He got a stoppage in his last fight, but he got knocked out in 5 rounds by Vladimir Klitschko in the fight before that, and I can't get that off my mind. Povetkin's a decorated amateur, 125-7 as an amateur, avenged every single loss as an amateur, and he's just come off a good win over Larry Donald, who many thought beat Nikolai Valuev, probably did. And so, yeah, and Byrd, again, at this stage in his career, I just don't see him winning that. Hope I'm wrong. Well, kind of, I don't know, it's sort of time for Byrd to retire, think about retirement anyhow, so I would not mind that much if he lost too, so maybe he'd wake up, or at least should have gone to the cruiserweight division, although really at this point I don't know how much good that would do anyhow. I could see David Haye beating him, I could see possibly Mormick or Bell beating him. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibilities, certainly. And so yeah, Chris Byrd, you need to be thinking retirement around this point. You've had a good run, had a good career. Got quality wins over Tua and Holyfield. That's pretty good. You got a gift over Fresakendo, but anyhow. That's my picks for the upcoming big fights. Fights that could potentially be close. So anyhow, thanks for watching. We'll see if I'm right on any of them. Probably not. You can probably cast your bets the opposite way of anything I picked. But you know how that goes. See ya.